Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, today is Saturday, November 25th, 2023, and I want to say a big thank you to my subscribers on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. You guys subscribe to me, enabling me to do a number of things that I would not have been able to do. And because of that, I prioritize you, mentor you, hold your hands. Good morning and thank you. Now, today, where can we park money so we can pack money out? Now, last week, because of some of your inquiries, I talked to you guys about the S&P 500 and also the other indexes, including the Russell 3000 and the Wilshire 5000. And now a number of you are you're now aware of it, and some of you want to invest. However, you need some more information. I saw some questions that you asked. Now, of all of the indexes, the S&P 500 is perhaps the most successful. It has a 100-year history. It was founded in 1923, so we know how it's going to behave. When you have any financial instrument or financial data and you have 4 years, in those 4 years you can index it and you can actually tell how it's going to behave. The S&P 500 is by far the best. And in the S&P 500, they've got a number of mutual funds linked to it, of which the VFIAX, which is the Vanguard Fidelity Index Admiral Mutual Fund, is the most successful. For the last financial year, it gave a return on investment of 21.57%, meaning that if you invested $100,000, your profit was $21,570, which is a lot. Which is a lot. You could probably get more money investing in crypto, but crypto is very iffy. It's full of fluctuations, and you could lose your money. You could lose your money on NFTs, but with index funds, it's almost impossible for you to lose your money. About the only time that people ever lost money in the S&P 500 was probably during the Second World War, and they made it all back because the whole world was in crisis, and they made it all back. So the Vanguard Fidelity Index Admiral Funds, which are the VFIAX, are by far the most profitable mutual funds in the whole world. You also have the Vanguard VOO, which are tied to ETFs, which are also profitable because if you invest there, you're going to get at least above 10%, probably something like maybe 13%. So that means if you have 100,000 invested in it, you're going to get probably about 13,000, maybe more at the end of the year as your return on your investment. But here's the catch, these funds they're based in the United States. They are run by a company called Vanguard. Now, the thing with Vanguard, they have assets under management of about $8 trillion. $8 trillion. Now, I didn't say 8 billion, $8 trillion. So the assets that they have is more than the combined gross domestic product of the United Kingdom, Italy, Belgium, Greece. When you put all of them together, what Vanguard has is more than all these countries. The United Kingdom, Italy, Belgium, and Greece. So they've got assets under management of $8 trillion. So because of that, they don't charge commission anymore. They stopped charging commission, I think, was it about 2017 or 2018? They don't charge commission anymore because they've got so much money. And their expense ratio is so small. I think their expense ratio is just, is like 0.08%. It's very small because, they have a lot of money. But the thing is, if you are in the United States, it's very easy. You can just go to their website and then open a brokerage account and then invest in the VFIAX directly, or you can invest in the VOO depending on you. Now, the thing about the VFIAX is that you need a minimum investment of $3,000. So if you don't have $3,000, you cannot invest in VFIAX. However, you can invest in the VOO, the Vanguard OO. You can invest in that. So you do not need a minimum investment. So you can buy the VOO directly from, apps like eToro, Bamboo, Throve, Chaka, and a number of other apps, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade. However, for the VFIX, you can only invest directly with Vanguard or directly with Vanguard and then use an app, because Vanguard have licensed some brokerage firms, but they are basically only American brokerage firms. So they've licensed TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, and Interactive Brokers. So the three of them, you can actually buy VFIX through them. But here's the thing, Vanguard doesn't charge commission, but if you go through these firms, you're going to pay commission. Now, you do not need a citizenship or you do not have to have residence in the United States or have a citizenship in the United States to invest in the US stock exchange. However, Vanguard is a company. So if you want to invest in them, sometimes they're going to ask you for a social security number. But here's the thing, if you call them from wherever you are, you call them, Now, their phone number is going to flash up on the screen, and you tell them that you are not a US citizen or a US resident. There are ways that they can help you to open an account. So if you call them on this number, or you send them an email address, you send them an email to this email address and explain your situation. Or you can collaborate with somebody in the United States and then have them open an account on your behalf. So if it's going to be hard for them to open an account on Vanguard directly, they can actually open an account on TD Ameritrade, on E-Trade, or Interactive Brokers. So the websites and the contact numbers of all of these are going to come up. An alternative, you can contact TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, or Interactive Brokers yourself, because it is worth it if you can get on the VFIAX. It's worth it because you're just going to be sitting down, your money is going to be making money for you, especially if you have above $3,000. If you don't have above $3,000, what you can do, you can talk to a friend, you can talk to a relation, you can talk to a group of people, and then you pull your money together and then you open a VFIAX mutual fund account. At the end of the year, you split the profit in terms of the ratio that you all contributed. So if you contributed 50%, another person contributed 25%, a third person contributed 25%, when the money comes, you break it into three, and then you take 50%, the other person 25%, and the third person 25%. It's as easy as that. So that is for the VFIAX, because I know a number of you are asking questions about that. Now, we're seeing that for stocks, our peak, Dell Technologies, is still up and is still making money. However, I'm telling you, you can sell right now and make a profit. But I think that if you wait until after they give their earnings report, which is going to be given on November 30th, by December 1st, you're going to see the most impact, because I think the stocks are going to explode after that. Now, here's the thing. They wait for after closing bell to give their closing report, their annual report. So you're not going to see the impact on the 30th of November. You're going to see it on the 1st of December. So I'm going to encourage you to wait. For crypto, I'm going to tell you right now, Bitcoin Cash is trading at $227. So wait for it to get to $224.50. So $224.50, and then buy. Set a stop order for your crypto exchange. Set a stop order. Why? Because sometimes, like yesterday, it went from 226 to 228 in just a matter of seconds, and then it fell. So if you use a stop order, you can actually buy at $224.50, and then you set a stop order to sell at $226.50. So that when it gets to that, you don't have to do anything, because sometimes it hits those prices and it drops, it fluctuates, because these are the riskiest of risk assets. For Aragon, wait for it to drop to below $5. For Chainlink, wait for it to get to $14.15, and then you buy. $14.15 and you buy. And then you sell when it gets to $14.55. $14.55. For Aragon, you sell when it gets to $5.38. So I hope I've made sense. Now, if you watch this, you got questions arising from it, put your questions in the subscriber tab of my X platform, and I'm going to respond to you, as I always do, in a timely manner, with a lot of detail and with a lot of care, because you guys mean a lot to me. If you're not a subscriber on my X, formerly known as Twitter platform, you're not going to be seeing this video until 8 hours out of time, in which case all, some, or most of the information is going to be obsolete. So I encourage you to subscribe, and subscribing is very easy. Go on X, search for me, Renaud Mokri. On the top right-hand corner of my profile, you're going to see a subscribe tab. Click on it, follow the prompts, and you're going to be a subscriber. Every day you're going to get, not for the public, for those nuggets, which are my famous life building, wealth principle, and all kinds of nuggets. Then you're also going to be getting business and investment tips from me on crypto, stocks, rates, which are real estate investment trusts, ETFs, on mutual funds, treasury bills, precious metals, forex, whatever it is. And finally, you're going to be getting personal mentorship from me. Now, this is Renaud Mokri, the Apostle of Prosperity, saying, God bless you.
But Renaud travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Renaud is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Renaud is